I told you that moving to Cupertino could destroy your budget or completely transform your life? This little pocket of Silicon Valley isn't just home to Apple's massive spaceship campus, it's also one of the most competitive, high pressure, and wildly expensive places to live in all of California, and maybe even the country. You will either thrive here or cry here. Hey, my name is Thuy Tran, Bay Area local realtor, and your neighborhood insider. I regularly help families, professionals, and engineer out-of-state dreamer relocate here and find not just a home, but a lifestyle in Silicon Valley. So if you're thinking of relocating to California, watch this video before you do anything else. I'm breaking down what it really costs to live here in Cupertino, the lifestyle trade-off, and what makes this place quietly addictive. And I will give you an awesome tip on how to save some money moving here, still get a similar vibe that only the logo knows. So let's start with the heartbreak. Cupertino is wildly expensive, and expensive is an understatement. We're talking a starter home at $3 million and up. That's right, $3 million for a starter home. For a $2.5 million home, you will completely have to remodel it. And at $2 million, you for sure will have to knock it down and rebuild. That is how expensive land is here in Cupertino. And if you're thinking about renting, brace yourself. A three-bedroom house here can run you anywhere between $5,000 to $6,000 a month. You tack on grocery, gas, coding camp, couple of piano lesson, because you gotta keep up with the Joneses. You are burning easily a $10,000 plus a month on a good month. Now, let's talk about the real wild card, the school. People don't just want Cupertino school. They practically worship them here. I hear all the time, my child goes to so-and-so school, this and that school. Name drop, Cupertino school is a sort of pride here. And the district does not play around. They will knock on your door to make sure that you actually live there and not just borrowing your buddy address. You want the school, you have to live here, period. But there is something you won't hear too often. You can rent or buy anywhere in Cupertino and still get the same high quality experience across the board. There's really no bad side of town. There's really like no wrong side of the track. Even Palo Alto, where a starter home is at $4 million, has a well-known west side versus east side. And for a long time, you don't want to be anywhere in east side of Palo Alto. But here in Cupertino, it's pretty solid across the board. Same safe vibe, same strong community. And really, if you're asking, are there a cheaper option? Yes, of course there are. And that's why I'm here to share with you. If you're single, you can always rent an ADU or a room in a house. And that is very common here and a great way to save money. And if you have family moving and safety, school, and commute are your priority, your best bet is Cupertino. Or you can rent in West San Jose area, which borderline Cupertino, to save a little bit on your budget. Because here's a little secret, only the local knows. Really depend on where you live in West San Jose, your child can still go to Cupertino school. So if school is important to you, you want to check the Cupertino school border. That way you can make sure to rent the home or purchase the home that is in the right place so that you can get the highest and best school here in the area. So if you enjoyed this video so far, please give this video a like so YouTube share it with more curious souls like you. And if you're planning on making a move, give me a ring or book a quick call using the link in the description. I'd love to help you move here into Silicon Valley. All right, back to Cupertino. So now here is the twist. After all that price and pressure, you would think people would want to leave here as soon as they can. But the people here, they stay for decades. They love it here. Once you move here, you don't leave. And being a realtor here, I really get to meet so many wonderful homeowners whenever I do an open house or when I walk the neighborhood. And just the other day, I met this sweet older lady while dropping flyer. She waved me over and we get a chance to talk. And turns out she had lived in her home for over 61 years. And raised her family, know every neighbor, still walk her block every morning. And as we got to chat more, she asked me, have you invited Jesus into your heart? You need to invite him into your heart so you can be full of love. So she was such a sweetheart. It's so cute. But let's be real, she was already overfull with love. And right after that, I met a gentleman who worked in his front yard. Turns out he inherited his parent home, and they were the original owner who bought it in the 1960s as well. And as I looked through the window, saw the wallpaper and the furniture, it was like stepping into a time capsule in the 1960s. And it's really not a rare occasion here. It's actually very common. Most of the homeowners that I've met have been in their home easily 20, 30, 40 years. Some are original owner. And, they have kept and preserved and really passed the home down to the next generation. And one of the homeowner was willing to let me record her. So let me show you what a real resident of Cupertino for over 60 years has to say about this city. Hi. So I know you've been here 50 years, so would you mind sharing what you really like about this neighborhood?
Uh, I don't know. It's quiet.
It's definitely for sure quiet.
Schools are good.
Schools are really good. I agree with that for
Yeah.
sure.
Um, I don't know. Neighbors are nice.
Mhm. And you've seen it change a lot, right, in the last
Oh
50
yeah.
years?
We used
A
to have
lot more.
there used to be a lot at the end of the block where
Mhm.
we did in that had horse on it when we first moved in.
Wow.
And apple wasn't here, and it was a huge orchard. So it's
Yeah,
been a
there's a lot
while.
of orchards. Since you've been bought it for 50 years ago, how much did you bought it for? Do you mind sharing that?
$35,000.
$35,000. That's so crazy.
Yeah.
And
So
back,
we're not going anywhere fast.
yeah.
Okay.
Just back then, what was the interest rate? Last question.
Yeah.
What was the interest rate for your home back then?
Oh, I don't remember.
But it doesn't really matter. That was like an amazing prize. Yeah. And there you go. And if you actually see behind her, the wallpaper is still from the 1960s. That's not just nostalgia, guys. That's like legacy. And the next thing that I want to share with you is the Cupertino weather here is like a dream. Here in the Bay Area, the farther east you go, the hotter it gets. So in San Jose, it can get pretty toasty. In Pleasanton, in that area, it can be like an oven in the summer. But Cupertino is mild, breezy, and so blessed. The mornings are cool, the evenings are crisp, and really only the midday where you really feel a little bit of that heat. But it's really manageable. So basically, it's the kind of place where you wear a hoodie, Birkenstock, and short, and really nobody question your fashion at all. But sometimes I think California weather can't seem to decide if it want to be hot, cold, or cool. So it just go through the phases of being cold in the morning, it get cool, and it get hot, and it get cool again. Enough about the weather. All right, real talk. Cupertino is really not for everybody. So let me save you some heartbreak. If your dreams include rooftop lounges, 2 a.m. tacos, bar, walking to bottomless mimosa, probably a hard pass for Cupertino. You want to be more in San Francisco. That is where the nightlife is. And if you think that HOA rule is going to give you hives and you want to have fire pits and chicken in your yard, you probably will hate it here. You're going to want to be in Santa Cruz or East Bay for that lifestyle. And basically, if your vibe is like Bohemian Beach with startup energy, this is not it either. So, yes, Cupertino is expensive, it's intense, it's pressure packed. But for the right kind of person or the right kind of family, it's not just a place to live, it's a place to build, to belong, to thrive. And this is also a place for entrepreneurs, for people who want to grow and build a bigger, better future. This is also where you can really see what it takes to be part of the 1%. There is a reason why Apple headquarters is right here in Cupertino, and down the road in Mountain View is Google headquarters, and Meta headquarters is not too far away either. All the big tech companies headquarters are here in the Bay Area. And if you think about it, they can be anywhere else in the country where they can have cheaper rent, cheaper labor, cheaper costs, but they choose to be right here. It's because the mindset and the culture here are all about growth and making a better future. So, if you're thinking about moving to Cupertino or anywhere here in the Bay Area, you don't have to do it alone. Give me a ring or book a quick call using the link in the description. Let's make your move an easy breezy one.